Hi, I'm Caroline,
And I'm Maddie.
and this is our guide to factoring.
Factoring is the algebraic process of finding the factors of an equation.
For example, to factor the number 45, you would break it down into the numbers 5 and 9, and then you could further factor the number 9 into 3 and 3. However, when you want to introduce more complicated equations, you will want to factor using FOILing, which is where you multiply the first two numbers in an equation, the outside numbers, the inside, and then the last.
As you can see, we use FOILing to solve the equation on the right. First, we multiplied x and x, because they're the first terms, to get x squared. Then, we multiplied the outside terms, which are x and y, to get xy. Then, we multiplied the inside terms, to get yx, and then, finally, the last terms, to get y squared. We can then reduce this down to x squared plus 2xy plus y squared.
Here's an example of a problem that already contains exponents before you simplify using FOILing. This problem you have to solve kind of differently because you have to add the exponents when you FOIL. For example, you multiply the first two numbers, x and x squared, to get x cubed. Then you multiply x times 1x to get 1x squared, and then you multiply 1x squared times x squared to get 1x to the fourth, and then you multiply 1x squared times negative 1x to get negative 1x to the third.
Caroline and Maddie's nifty tricks.
Sometimes when you're factoring, you'll come across an equation like this, and you will be asked to FOIL it. Don't be freaked out by what you see. It's actually quite simple. When you have an equation like this, in parentheses 2x minus 7, end parentheses squared, you'll just have to duplicate the equation and FOIL it out, as we've already discussed.
Let's take factoring to the next level!
Just kidding! We looked up some pretty complicated stuff, and it just is way too hard.
Okay, fine. Let's take factoring to the next level. Here's a problem with exponents and coefficients. It's actually just the same as we've been discussing, multiplying the coefficients and adding the exponents. Once you FOIL out this problem, you'll get 10x to the fourth minus 25x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x. This problem doesn't reduce, as you can't add or multiply x fourth, x cubed, x squared, or x. Isn't factoring so exciting?
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunately, that's all we have to teach you today.
But make sure to teach everyone. Teach your friends.
Teach
your
your brother,
parents.
teach your pet.
Teach everyone.
Yeah.
And remember Caroline and Maddie's nifty tricks. The end.